Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. Today marks the 100th episode of the channel, and so many things have changed since its launch. First, it has just been over 1 year since I retired from the world of IT management and refocused all my efforts on my pursuit and enjoyment of my audio passions. While I've always had a hyper type A personality, in my unbridled zeal to move ahead with the channel, to write for 3 magazines, cover industry shows, and to do remote tours and features while maintaining all of my other daily responsibilities, I've clearly overextended myself. I'm reining it in just a bit. My sincerest apologies to those of you who have suffered delays or missed deadlines. But I'm incredibly pleased to say that to this point, celebrating 100 episodes, the channel has built a particularly specific and faithful audience and has received some remarkable feedback and support. I simply don't have words enough to express my thanks and appreciation, as this growth and acceptance have exceeded even my most ambitious hopes and expectations when I started the channel. But as the channel closes in on 3,000 subscribers, while it should be clear that the Audio Analyst will never become a YouTube powerhouse or juggernaut sensation, averaging between 8 and 10,000 views and more than 1,000 hours of watch time each month, both steadily growing, by the way, I believe this represents a respectable performance, especially for a channel committed primarily to hyper audio. And it would seem my audience and supporters agree. Please take a look at my viewer feedback page on my website to get a sense of what people are saying, and I've included links in today's description. Further, I'm no longer tolerating trolling on the site. I used to give these people the benefit of the doubt, mistakenly assuming that they just didn't get it. I used to try to reason with them, but once I realized and accepted that all they really wanted was engagement and had no interest in the truth. Hi, baby. Hi. I love you too. I'd go lay down, sweetie. I changed my tack entirely. Now, while I'm completely open to honest debate and valid differences of opinion, when someone says something utterly uninformed, downright stupid, and or deliberately, intentionally inflammatory, they just get permanently banned from the channel. Some of you have noticed and asked about the difference in video production, which started with episode 96, my conversation with Magico's Alon Wolf. Changes to the process that I have used since episode 1 became necessary to ensure continuity and maintain my regular weekly schedule. And just as a point of interest, I would be willing to wager that very few of you understand just how much work is involved in bringing you the quality of content I try to deliver weekly. But one of the most commented upon changes has been the omission of my sipping my martini in each opening. In fact, I posted a community poll to get your opinion on whether I should reinstate the cocktail or just let it go. Be sure to add your voice to that poll by checking out my community posts and choosing bring it back or keep it retired. But I'm happy to say that there are some really fun things coming soon. Now, as you know, my take on the Magico M9 and my tour of the Magico facility in California, including a closer look at their rather detailed approach to computer modeling, measurement, and listening, employing laser vibrometry and the Kippel near-field scanner, are in production and will be showing up here soon. This coming week, I'm slated to chat with Andrew Jones about his latest creation, his first product designed and released under the auspices of MoFi Electronics, the innovative SourcePoint 10 loudspeaker. In fact, that discussion would have appeared last week, but Andrew encountered some unavoidable delays. And there have been some very odd things said on other channels about this speaker, dealing with what must be seen as misunderstandings about its manufacture, its performance, and its availability. And we will sort all that out and more with our upcoming conversation. Then, too, regular viewers will be aware that I had the entire Valve Amplification Company's statement gear in-house. The 2-chassis line stage, the 2-chassis phono stage, a product that received one of my Product of the Decade awards, and a pair of the simply magnificent 452 IQ Music Block mono amplifiers. What an exception and unprecedented experience. Watch for my written review to post at Tone Audio very soon, and for the companion video here on the channel. If you watched episode 94 with my colleague and good friend Maurice Jefferies, you'll have a sense of just how special that experience was, as we both delve into that performance. And his written feature sharing his experiences during his latest visit to the audio analyst listening room will be published at enjoythemusic.com sometime soon. Most likely in the January issue, so keep an eye out for that. Further, I'll be traveling to Orlando in early January to spend some time in his new apartment lounge. Maurice has received the new KRONOS Chronoscope RS tonearm, the more affordable sibling to my reference KRONOS Discovery RS tonearm. This is the only other arm manufactured that employs Louis Desjardins' unsurpassed, sublimely effective resonance suppression technology. An experience that I shared in episode 69, the KRONOS Factory Tour, and episode 71, following up with my detailed discussion of the Discovery RS, both from early last spring. One of my reasons for the visit will be to install it, along with the overachieving Etsuro Hiroshi Bordeaux moving coil cartridge on his KRONOS 0.5 turntable. You can also expect to hear my take on his remarkably synergistic system installed in a non-dedicated living space. Now, by year-end or by early next, on the heels of the VAC stack, I will be getting the flagship True Life Audio line stage, the Supreme Series Preamplifier 1, with its separate power supply Unit 1, and a pair of the Supreme Series Amplifier 350 hybrid monoblock amplifiers. You may recall I introduced these products in episode 92 this past October. After 2 insanely successful auditions of the Ideon audio flagship gear from Greece, first at Capital Audio Fest last year, then again at Axpona earlier this year, I've had the pleasure of listening to the Ideon Absolute Stream for several months now. To say that its performance is exceptional, especially when paired with the new LampizatOr Horizon DAC, would be a no-brainer. I'll be sharing my experiences with this superlative device as a standalone streamer in more depth very soon, both in print and here on the channel. But I'm also happy to tell you that the rest of the Ideon flagship product stack, the Absolute Epsilon DAC and the Absolute Time, are soon to be headed my way, allowing me to hear and assess the performance of the entire system. Given what I've heard at shows, this promises to be something very special. And then, too, as I just mentioned, I have recently installed the LampizatOr Horizon DAC, the latest flagship offering from the mind of Lucas Ficus. This massive, beautiful, valve-based machine is currently making some of the most engagingly honest-sounding music I've heard in my system, competing with the very best I've ever heard at any show or in any other installation. At this point, the sound this machine is regenerating is so damn resolute, yet so rife with texture, rich in tone, and corporal that I could, at moments, especially with the SD files, not so much with streaming, be fooled into believing I was listening to an LP. Yeah, this is really encouraging. Now, right now, I'm assessing its abilities with the tube complement shipped from the factory, but with the help and direction of some colleagues and friends, like Fred Ainsley of LampizatOr North America and Kevin Hayes of VAC, the tube rolling and the results will follow soon enough. And next week, I'll be talking with Dr. Stefan Schwer, the owner and CEO of Berlin's superb electronics manufacturer, Audionet, along with Jan Greschke, their marketing director, and Bill Parrish, who you've seen on the channel before, Audionet's North American importer. We got together to discuss and introduce a new accessory from Audionet that Jan has designed and patented, all instigated by a philosophy and practice I have been championing since the early 1990s, one that I reiterated in episode 22 from October of 2020. You won't want to miss this discussion. There will be so much more. I have more exceptional products lined up, including several of the latest world-class cable designs from the mind of Sergei Timochev. I've had the pleasure of knowing Sergei since 2002, shortly after the introduction of his game-changing Indra interconnects, and whose exemplary stealth cables have had a place in my system since I've first heard them. I'll be introducing you to something very new and remarkably clever from Gail Sanders' Eikon, as well as sharing my take on the latest version of the Clairaudient 1+1 monitors. I have so much going on now that I've actually had to set up a second system in another room of the house. And as show season gets underway this coming year, I expect to bring you coverage of the Florida Audio Expo from Tampa in mid-February, of Expona from Schaumburg in mid-April, and of HIM Munich from Germany in late May. I hope you have subscribed and have notifications enabled so you can keep up with all these exciting developments. As always, thank you for taking the time to drop in. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time.